Hello, good evening. It's Monday, so it's monthly make time, and it's a start of a very exciting week, isn't it? It is nearly the 1st of December, so we are going to be opening our advent calendars on Thursday. But because it's coming up to Christmas, and we normally do this as well, is between the 1st and the 24th of December we'll also be doing our 12 days of Christmas giveaways, so keep an eye out for them because they will be starting on Thursday as well. So lots happening on Thursday. I know, I'm getting very excited about it, you can tell. Our advent calendar's going, mine's there waiting for me because I'm going to open it with you all this year. I'm not going to try and jump ahead, I'm not. So yeah, that's my plan anyway. I'm going to try. So monthly make tonight, then on Thursday we have our advent calendars, of course, and the start of our 12 days of Christmas giveaways. Exciting, hey? So, good evening Dawn, good evening Tracy. So that's it. I can't actually decide what we're doing tonight. I'm either going to do a bit retro or I'm going to use a polyplate and do subtle grunge. I think that's what we might do tonight. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do tonight. Subtle grunge with a bit of a polyplate. I know I'm being naughty and I'm pulling polyplates in. It'll be fun. It will, won't it? So, should we get going? Yep. If I can find the right buttons. I can never see the buttons these days. I'll admit as well, Mr. Roo was in here working yesterday, and he's made himself very comfy. And there was like because he was using my big screen, and there's like a coffee stain and all sorts. So, so yeah, it's worse than when little lady comes in and takes over my desk, I tell you. Anyway, let's get crafting. Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. That was just a bit hectic. We were in, I'm going to say London. It wasn't London, it was Birmingham on Saturday. And then Sunday, well, me, Bear and the little lady all vegged out and Mr. Roo had to work, so that was fun. Right, so polyplate, I've got the big circle one because my idea was, I've got that as well, we can use, haven't we? Right, I'm going to pop a big circle one on there because I think it'll look quite nice if we get a bit of leaf action coming down the side. Yeah, and then do something nice with our background. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to do this back to front. I know. I'm going to stamp this because I want them masked. Yep. I did say this was going to be a work in progress, didn't I? It always is, isn't it? It always is. So let's get this inked up, shall we? Ooh. I'm just going to end up arguing with them, so let's move them into their right place. There we go. They're back where they should be. Let's get this all inked up. Let's move my sleeves out of the way as well. I've done it again, I've put a grey top on. There we go. Right, sleeves are out of the way. I've rolled my sleeves up, so I'm in business. A real good inking. There we go. I'm just going to turn it to the side and pop it down. There you go. There or thereabouts will do, won't it? I'm just going to give it a good press. That's it from roll. There we go. Give it a good press. So I hope everyone's excited for their advent calendars, because I am. Nice to see what you think of them when we get into them on Thursday. There we go. I didn't stamp that at all. Am I going to get this lined up, yes or no? What's my chances? Probably not. No, let's turn it over. You can go again. Good job we've got two sides to a piece of paper, isn't it? I didn't think that ink was that sticky. go. That's better. Well, I hope that's better. I just plonked it on that time, didn't I? I didn't the first. Just I thought there might be. Right. Let's go for it this time, shall we? Yeah, that's better. Not perfect, but better. It'll do. Give this a quick blast in my heat gun. I don't think I said hello to everyone. Good evening, Dawn. Good evening, Tracy. Let's give this a bit of a dry. Oh, evening, Mum. So my idea is subtle grungy. I know, I don't think there's such a thing as there, but you know, we can make it. Let's make sure this is really dry. So I intend on doing a lot of work over the top of this and then coming back to it. There we go, that'll do. Oops. Throwing my heat gun back at me. So I'm going to grab my mask, because I'm sure we did this a few weeks ago, didn't we? And monthly mates will be going out this week. Oof, it is. It's all go this week, isn't it? It really is. There we go. I'll have this one as well. Ooh. Lost the stamp then. Okay. I'll pop that one on. It's easier to line it up at the bottom and then you can see. And your lines aren't in line, if that makes sense. Aren't lined up. Like that one's no in it. She says. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'm just pressing them down really well to make sure I don't get anything underneath them. Right, so I have got my rather ratty looking circle polyplate, but you know, it still does the job. We're going to pop it right in the middle. So I just need a nice big poly mount. I found the poly plate but not the poly mount. Ooh, you nearly saw something you shouldn't. Let me just move that off there. It's all safe now. You can see these ones. You couldn't have seen that other one. Nearly got a sneaky peek then. That's not good, is it? So, there you go. Got my pie plate. Now, I want to do oxides tonight. So I've been working with, the last 2 weekends, I've been working with these two colours. I don't know how I ended up on those two colours, but I have, and they work really, really well together. So I've got the Flamingo and Salvage Patina. Still haven't learned to say that one. Is it Quiche? Kitsch? Something like that? Yeah, the Flamingo one. And the lovely Salvage Patina. I always like to say Savage Patina, but it's not. It's Salvage Patina. So I'm just going to pop that so it's nearly covered it, yeah? And then we're going to take a little bit of clean tissue. Cleaning up. And then we're just going to add some pink to it. So all I'm doing is inking it up and then adding it onto our plate. And just keep moving your tissue, because you can see I'm picking up some blue at the same time. So just keep adding it and going for it. Could use any of your tools for that. I do one last little bit, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop. Let's give it a quick spritz. I'm just going to hold it to the side while I spritz it. You can see we've got our lovely little. Just realised you shouldn't be able to see that either. Ooh! Let me move that. You definitely don't want to be seeing that one. Nearly had 2 sneaky peeks tonight. I wonder if there's anything else you shouldn't be seeing. Anyway, right. I'm looking now. On lookout duty to see what else is on my desk that shouldn't be tonight. So I'm going to throw this. Not throw it, stamp it. You know what I mean. Kind of in the middle. Just give it a good press, especially around those masks. Just like that. Lift him up. Ooh. Could probably get another one out of there. So give me 2 seconds. And if I grab, she says, and she can never find. I can never find what I want. Very unorganised today. There it is. Can't see for looking. It was looking right at me. How silly is that? Evening Maxine was looking right at me. And you can see everything in this book, I think. I don't think I've got to hide anything from you in this book. I'm just trying to find a page. There we go. There's a page. Because I'm just going to grab my index card book, because I've got loads of ink left on there, so I'm just going to give it another quick spritz, just a gentle one, and reactivate whatever ink's left on it, and I'm just going to splat and just see what ink's left on it, and it saves you having to clean it as much. Well, now that's subtle. Like that. And you can quite see it's got lots of little pink bits. Oh, didn't stick them in, did I? It's got some pink and some blue in there. Don't know whether I think I'm glaring too much, but there's a bit of pink still on there as well. Yeah, I think I've got too much glare. Right, so let's give this a quick wipe. Oops. There we go. I don't think I want him again. But you never know. Never say never. So I'm just going to pop it there for now. And get this one back. And the reason I've taken my time is because I've got my masket on there. I don't really want to be blasting it too much with my heat gun. But I'm going to have to because it's quite wet. And I'm not working on my favourite card either at the moment. This is slightly thinner than what I'm used to working on. It's only about a 200, maybe a 250 GSM. It's not quite reacting how I'm used to it reacting. It's dry from the back as well. There we go. Right. So, throwing everything down on top. So, I want to add, I think I'm going to start with this one. I thought I wanted some of the flowers, but actually, not flowers, leaves. But because we've got this lovely one, we can get away with that one, can't we? Yes. So that's my stamping block. There we go. Evening, Noala. I was just saying it's an exciting week because we've got our advent calendar starting on Thursday, and I'm doing, as we've done previous years, our 12 days of Christmas giveaways as well. So keep your eyes out for that. Lots happening over next. Is it 4 weeks? It's about 4 weeks, won't it? So, eyes peeled. Lots happening. Got our live on Thursday morning. I know. So yeah, very exciting. But we always do something fun around Christmas, don't we? So the 12 days of giveaways. Oh, I didn't clean that stamp, did I? Ugh. Well, it started that colour, so it's going to finish that colour. I'm guessing we were using yellow or orange last week, which we were actually. It kind of tells you. Evening, Lois. There we go. Right. Let's do that again. It won't be as pretty though, will it? Because we won't have all that yellow in it. You can see yellowy orange now, my ink pad. Oops. I should know by now to check before I stamp anything. Down there. See, not as pretty without the yellow coming through in it, is it? Oh yeah, I should have said I'm working on a 7.5 inch card. It's always handy to know what size I'm working on, isn't it? Leave that to one side. Just clean up my stamp. I'll do it this time. I will clean up my stamp this time then. Because next week we'll still be doing this one. And then the week after, the 12th, I will launch the December monthly make box. There we go. I did say we're doing subtle grunge today, didn't I? Very subtle. And I bet you know where I'm going next, don't you? I've used my blue so far. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous pink. Flamingos want out. So if you notice, the blue is starting to go into the background, isn't it? Because we've got more of the blue on the poly plate, and we've got a lot of the blue in the stamp as well that we've just inked up. So you know, I am a creature of habit, aren't I? I do like a certain type of card, but when it's not the right card, it does flummox me a little. That's a good word for a Monday, flummoxed. Give me stamp now again. So, grab that one. It's a very big word for a Monday. just going to clean this off because, well, you saw the disaster I just had. But to be fair, I think it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? It has been a lot worse before, hasn't it? Made me jump that. Right, that should be fine. And all I'm going to do now is take my pink. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, because I'm going to ink up my pink. Give it a quick spritz. Must sound like I'm spritzing lots. I'm not spritzing much at all. So I'm going to come in with this one. Decision time. Been splattered now. There we go, and we're not looking for perfect because we want this to go back into that background just like that. Might even see if I can just, oh, went a little bit, didn't it? So let's clean this up because we're in our oxides. It's actually quite clean grunge for me. I'm just probably jinxed myself having an inky pinky mark on it anytime soon. Just make sure when you're doing this that your stamp is dry before you go back on with your oxides, because worst thing, oh evening Jack over on YouTube, good evening. Yeah, always make sure if you're going to put if you've been spritzing like I just have, always make sure this is dry, because the moment you hit your oxide back onto it, it's just going to damage your oxide. So always make sure you're doing stuff like this, your stamps are nice and dry. Otherwise, well, all that bit starts to start activating. It's not a pretty sight. Well, it's quite pretty, but it's not what you want to happen on your stamps now, do you? There we go. Right, and then just really look at this. How you're going to be looking at it. I think we're going to come. Now I'm going to keep it all together. Lois is saying not long now to the advent calendar. Absolutely, Thursday. So we've got live. I keep saying this, don't I? Apologise. Live at 10 o'clock. I'm doing it more so I don't, you know what I'm like. I've got yellow in that bit now too. So yeah, live at 10 o'clock on Thursday to kick off our advent calendar. And well, check out the page at, I think I've set it for 8 o'clock on Thursday morning for the giveaways. Well, for the first giveaway. Definitely. Right, it's clean-ish. So, nearly tempted fate then, didn't I? Nearly took out that inky pinky mark on there. So I'm just going to give this another quick dry, and then we need to decide if we want anything else on this, which I'm not. Ooh, maybe we'll see. Maybe. And just remember, I'll show you in a second, that because we're using all these oxides on top of our black lines, you know, that black ink that we used, you get like a chalky effect over the top. So what's underneath here is going to be different to what's here, because this has got layers of chalk on it now. Not liking this card. Meant to have some of my good stuff coming on Thursday. Oh, Thursday again. There we go. Right. You can see decisions. Ooh, decisions. Quite liking it actually. I think we'll do our sentiment up this way, but we'll do it on a little piece of scrap card, I think. And then what I'm debating at the moment is whether I want to just do a little bit of splattering. It's quite crisp, isn't it, at the moment? So I might leave it. Last chance, girl. Do I want splatterings on it or not? No. I know. You might never hear me say that again. No, I don't want splatterings this time. There's that one. And that one. Oops. Would help if I'd got no nails left, so it's not wanting to come up. Because it's just sat there looking at me. There we go. There's that one. Okay. It's looking really pale on screen. It's not, honestly. Right, I was going to show you, wasn't I? So this is where we've just stamped. Just ignore that bit, I didn't quite stamp right. So this is our black ink that's just normal stamping, and this is what's got the oxide over the top of it. Yeah. So when I say, when you're doing things like this, just bear in mind that when you put your oxide on top, you will get like that chalky effect over the top of it. You can just go over your pen. I'm going to need my pen anyway, just to fix that little bit. Ooh, there we go. Right. Now the reason I want is weather. I think I will. I think we might do these bits. Oops, the daisy. So I'm going to put that one on there. I am going to cheat. I'm going to go to inks. I know I've kept these white, haven't I? I'm not sure I really needed to, but I think I'm going to go to my Distress inks. Just add that in, and I think I'm going to go to a slightly darker colour. So, pickled raspberry or wilted violet. I think wilted violet, and then we'll get that real pop, won't we? Let's just check this one's wilted violet and not. Yes, it is. That's the first time I could actually see the two colours I wanted to use. I still couldn't decide which one I wanted. So I did have to make a choice. Right. I'm just going to ink that bit. Or is this going to be too dark? No, I don't think so. I'm going to give it a little bit of a spritz as well. Oops. And we're just going to splat it on there. And remember with this, it really doesn't matter which one you're lining up on, because it fits. There we go. I suppose it was a good idea to do the masking because it kept the paper white underneath it, didn't it? Rather than the oxide. So yeah. Let's put these back. There's that one. Nope, you just want my stick on tonight. It's my own fault, I never put them back on the acetate carrier sheets. Then wonder why they don't want to stick for me. One of these days I'll be all organised. Put my stamps away and clean a stamp after I've used it. That could be my New Year's resolution, couldn't it? Squeaky chair, sorry. It really has got the squeaks on it tonight. There we go. That one. Go for a clean one. do love wilted violet. It's such a beautiful colour. Oops. Should really watch what I'm spritzing before I just go for it. There's a weird alarm going off outside then. Right. Yeah, let's give that a bit of a dry. Because what we could do is decorate round our circle, polyplate print. Really couldn't get my words out then, could I? Whoopsie. Oh, thank you, Loris. It's getting there, isn't it? It is very subtle, and I'm really tempted to go and splat a load of ink on it, but I'm not. I'm being really good and really, I'm holding back. Just giving it a little bit extra because, like I say, this card is really quite thin compared to what I'm used to. Actually, I quite like the pink behind it. Yeah, so it really does help make that purple just pop out. Right. I was going to try and just stick to my two colours, but I didn't, did I? So, let's find a gel pen. Anyone will do. And I'm just going to fix this bit here. Now, I've got the option, because we know that this gel pen, our jelly rolls, actually are the same basically as your VersaFines. You can't really tell that you've used it on there. You could go over those black lines, these ones here, that are behind our Distress Oxide, and I think I will because it's just bugging me ever so slightly. So again, I'm not drawing lines, I am just doing like little scratchy bits. There we go. And can you see it's just popping to the top? You see a difference there? Yeah? Really does make a difference. Just bringing it back up to the top. Oh, I'm being very scratchy. Must be pressing on harder than I thought. Just like that. Yeah, I'm pressing on so hard. There we go. It does, doesn't it? Just bring it back up to the top and just and there we go. Looks so much better. And then I'll grab my little white bits, because you know we've got dots and dashes. So when you've got dots and dashes, you have to come back in with your Quickie gel pen, because it's like the rules. We don't have many rules when it comes to crafting, but you know, this one, I should let that dry a little bit more before I put my white pen straight over the black one. We do have the white gel pens. I'm not sure what we've still got in stock because I just need to update from the weekend, but yeah, we normally have them in. We normally have the 3 sizes in as well. You get a fine one, medium is what I normally use, and then you get a nice big fat one. Well, it's not fat, but it's fatter than this one, but not as fat as like a Posca. Yeah, if that makes sense. Right, I do like my little gel pens. I'm still sat here going, do I, don't I? A bit of doodling round edge. I'm being very indecisive tonight, aren't I? Normally it's just like whack it on, it'll be fine. And if it's not at the end. It's not, you know, it's not finished. Let's come round here as well. This chair's got a right squeak, isn't it? I'm going to blame Mr. E for sitting in it yesterday. Let's go back in and ask him what's he done to my chair. Oh, there you go. Stop now. Right. I'm going to start my little saying and see where we go from there. Because I'm actually quite liking it. But I'm tempted... Oh, I know. Just going to give my polyplate a little bit of a shadow and see if that'll just do what I want it to do. There's nothing stopping us doing some doodling as well, just do it. See, it's what you need sometimes, a little bit of a little bit of shading. There we go. Right, I'm not going to touch that again. We are going to do our sentiment now, because if I start faffing too much with it, I am going to start throwing ink at it and things. And I said I wasn't going to do that tonight. So, yep, that's a bit of white card. And sentiment of these ones stuck on there. Not sure quite where the other one is. So I've got Autumn holds a wonder all of its own. It does, doesn't it? With gorgeous colours. It does make you wonder how you can go from that green to those beautiful like reds and oranges that you see in the leaves. I've got a cherry tree just outside my door and the colours of the leaves are just amazing. To be fair, we've still got a lot on there as well. Not cherries, but you know, leaves. To be fair, I don't get to have any of the cherries because the birds eat them before we get to them. There we go. Let's see if I can stamp this one. And I'm lining this one up. You know, I always talk about fonts with a flat bottom and a wiggly bottom. So like Autumn's got a very wiggly bottom. You'd never be able to line up Autumn. But if you look at the other two fonts we use, so Holzer and All of Its Own, they've got a very flat bottom. So that is what you need to line up when you're doing your stamping. We were actually giggling on Saturday that I said something similar on Saturday, and the lady sat at the table at the time kind of went, it does make sense, but not quite how I'd expected you to have described it. So yeah, makes sense to me, wiggly bottoms and straight bottoms. There we go. I'm going to trim that again because it didn't trim very nice. There we go, that's a bit better. So we've got our autumn. I'm tempted actually. That's going to come in here. I am. I'm going to grab a little one from before. I'm going to balance some of that pink out with it. I'm just going to grab our pink again. Stamp didn't want to come off them. we're going to do a little bit of this. So I've stamped it. Remember, on this one you've got ones, so you do have to make sure you stamp it the right way around, or else it dries your crackers, because I overspritzed that a little bit there. Can you tell? Totally overspritzed that. Not a little bit, like totally. That's okay, we can recover. Just means we get to stamp it again. Have a bit more fun. Sorry, I was yawning then. Singing to myself and yawning at the same time. There you go. I'm going to grab this again, make sure it's nice and dry this time. And ink it up ever so gently. Oops. Just ink up the bit I wanted. What I'm trying to do is not get the actual stamp, the bit we did before. The saying, sentiment. Because then, like the problem we had before, where the flower got ink all over the top of it, Distress Oxide, and it gone set back. Didn't want that to happen with this one. There we go. We didn't need much, did we, on that at all? And now hopefully when we bring that over, that's just going to sit there. It needs a bit of a matte and layer. Don't know if that's the right blue, but we'll have a go. No, nothing like the right blue, that one. It was just looking at me saying, try me. No. Not the right blue at all. But, oh well, I'll find a blue that matches a bit better. Oh, that's a bit dark. Ooh. I wonder. I'm faffing now, aren't I? I do. No, it's a bit too green. Okay, I'll have to go searching for some just behind there. Oh, black could do, won't it? Yeah, that's big enough. There you go. Oops, stuck me. There we go. I stuck my cutter down to my poly plate. There's that one. Oh, I moved it. Be a browny black, that one. Dark brown. There you go. See? I quite like that. But you will not believe how hard it has been for me not to sit here and add a load of ink to it. Yeah? You know me. That it's super tough not to go there and just start putting ink everywhere. I've done subtle grunge. I hope you've enjoyed that one. It's different, isn't it? It's subtle. I'm not used to going subtle when I'm doing poly plates and grungy things, but it is subtle and we like that. Well, I like that. I do. And I've still got, I don't know what time we're on. I've still got that lovely one. See, it's not coming up at all. Let's have a look at it when it comes up. No, it's not coming up at all on. I'm going to lose those bits if I don't glue them in, aren't I? No. But we've got that one too to use up, which was our second print. Because it's really subtle, that one. Should we have a go? Should we finish that one off as well? Might as well, haven't we? Otherwise it'll just sit there. I'm going to find these little bits before I lose them all. I've got some glue in front of me, so remind me to glue them in before I go back. Yeah, we did that one last week, didn't we? That'd be why everything's orange. Ah, there we go. I never finished that one off at all, did I? Right. That was for my Halloweeny night, wasn't it? When we got a bit grungy, for want of a better word. A bit Halloween, a bit spooky. Right, I'm going to turn my book round. I don't know if you'll quite see where I'm up to. There is a polyplate print there. It's really bugging me that you can't see it, but it is. It's a nice one. Subtle one. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't find my blue ink. You know the ink we've been using all night. I haven't got a clue where I put it. There's my pink. Pink. Where's the blue gone? There. How's it got all the way under there? There we go. Right, it's back. I swear my inks have got legs and they just walk around on my desk just for a bit of fun. But it's the elves. It's the elves that come in and play. I can't say that because it was me saying. Right, we're going to do a bit of blue in the bottom corner. Let's get inking this one up. Don't need to ink up the whole thing. There we go. Oh, come on. Get one more out here. There we go. I'm going to do it as a flower this time. Already kind of got the plan in my head. So I really do just put things down, don't I? And like lose them there. So this one's going to come in somewhere like this. I know I've not dried it yet. I was just looking if we needed more. And we'll have a few more. I'm going to do a few on that side as well. I need to ink up the other end of my stamp. Just like that. Just nearly spritzed what we've just done tonight. Now, I should have moved it on my stamp block before, because I got stuck in my binding. There we go. That's okay. Done our blue. I'll grab our heat gun. Right. Now I keep working on the side, don't I? We're going to do a flower this time. We're going to do it coming up from the bottom, just like that. Just need to make sure I'm going to leave myself enough. Yep. Let's get that inked up. Chair's gone squeaky again. Oops, can't get my hands around my stamping blocks. Not like me. Just plonk it, girl. There we go. Can't press anything tonight. There we go. See if that'll have done. There we go. Move it to one side because, well, I've stamped my table as well. to blast that as well, because we don't want to put the I'm going to put the solid stamps in it as well. My words are really bad tonight, aren't they? I can't get them out at all. There we go. Right, and I do fancy that pink. It'd look a bit daft though, pink leaves and a purple flower. But who says it has to look? I'm playing now. Who says it has to look like a flower? It can just look like a bit of fun, can't it? There we go. Just make sure I dry my stamp off. I have to heat gun at AM. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to do these in our salvage patina and that in our pink. And then I'm not introducing any more colours. There we go. See, there's always an answer. If you just give yourself 2 minutes, it normally comes back to you. Let me grab these this time. So very similar to what we did before. You knew I'd lost my stamping block. So I'm going to do blue leaves. In this case, we're turning them into a flower, aren't we? And because we've done all that water, you know, spritzing, what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to, you see, I've not inked it up very well because I've got all that lovely texture from my ink pad. And I'm going to have to move it because it's not going to let me stamp where I need it. There we go. So I want that lovely texture, kind of distressed look from there. And then I'm going to grab my other one. I know, I'm not cleaning my stamp. Just inking up again. Notice how I'm always turning my book. Whatever I'm working on, I always turn it so it's comfy for me to stamp. So I'm not doing funny manoeuvres. I'm going for what's easy and comfortable, because you can't stamp well if you're uncomfortable, can you? I'm just going to clean up my stamp pad because I've got that everywhere. Pop that beautiful pink flower on top. Oops, it's going there because it got stuck. There we go. And again, you know, I've got to, you see a dot, you've got to jelly roll it. It does look like a tulip a bit, doesn't it? Didn't mean it to, but it does. So come the spring, this one will be perfect, won't it? it's got like 3 little eyeballs. I'll lift that up. Doesn't it? 3 little eyeballs on that one. It's not. So similar to what we did before. We've just made it into a really quick little index card. And I know a cheek because mine are in a book, but that way I don't lose them. And there is that poly plate in the background. It's bugging me that you guys can't see that on screen, but it is there. There we go. Right, I'm not going to faff with that too much. I won't be saying. Oh, thank you, Noala. Oh, there's the other one. So, autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. Let's see if I can quickly just... I can feel... I must have done some embossing with this somewhere near. Or something. So when you stamps lose your stick, like this one has, because, well, I'm naughty and I don't put it back on its carrier sheets and things, just give it a quick wash on the back. And then you should really leave them to air dry, and then it'll get its stickiness back. I'm just going to dab it and hope it'll hold enough for me to stamp it. Except, this isn't the one I'd left me sizing for. Oh, look at that, it's going to be too tight, isn't it? Yeah, not happening. Yeah, I'd left a space just for that one, haven't I? Actually, I'm going to do it down at the bottom. I prefer it down there. Let's get this one inked up. And I'll just pop that one down there. So we have had a night of subtle grunge tonight. Very subtle. There we go. Let's lift this one up if it will come. There we go. Pop that back there. So this was... That's not dry, so just be careful. Inspired from this one. You can't even see the print properly now, can you, behind that at all? I know you guys couldn't see it before, but I've kind of hidden it even more. But this was our first one, so we did our polyplate print, and we took a second on there that was quite subtle. And then what did we do? We used our ladder stamp in the background and spritzed it with blue and dirty stamp up there. And then we stamped our little ones in pink and added the solid bits to our masked off flower. So really simple, really subtle, simple grunge, but I kind of like it. It's worked. Oh, and we just put a little bit of pencil around the edge of that polyplate just to help it stand out a bit more, because it is so subtle. Yeah, very subtle for me, isn't it? And I use pink. Yeah, I use pink. Well, there we go. Very subtle and pink. Not my normal style, but I like it. It worked out really well. So just remember, this week we have got lots. The pink and blue, I know those two colours, it's Kitsch from the Flamingo and Salvage Patina are the two. And like I said, I've been using them for the last 2 weeks on the make and take tables, and do love those two colours together. I think they just look so nice. And Speckled Egg as well comes in there quite nice as well. Anyway, so this week, Thursday, it is the start of our advent calendars, so tune in if you can. 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, nearly said Tuesday morning, Thursday morning for that. The 12 days of Crafty Roo winter. I can't remember what I've called it. It's winter giveaways. Yeah, 12 days of winter giveaways. Starts on Thursday too. So every other day we'll have a giveaway on the main Facebook page and on Insta. So keep a lookout for that. And then Thursday is the 1st, but the posties are on strike. So that means we will not be sending out Multi-Make until the Friday. So we'll be going out on Friday the 2nd, not Thursday the 1st. Yeah. Oh, if you want your Multi-Make, make sure you've ordered it before midnight on Wednesday. That was loads of information then, wasn't it? Basically, if you want a Multi-Make, sign up before Wednesday. I think most of you have already done that. Yeah, before Wednesday, midnight on Wednesday. And if you want some fun, come and join us on Thursday at 10 o'clock if you can, as we kick off our advent calendars, and then every day we'll be having our usual videos and lives and things like that. And 8 o'clock Thursday morning, 12 days of giveaways starts. Lots happening this Christmas, or this winter, this December. There you go, this December, lots happening. So do tune in, do come and check out what's going on. I think that's everything. I do think that's everything. So thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah, that is everything, I think. If I remember anything else, I'll let you know. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've done subtle grunt. Who'd have thought? Have a lovely rest of your evening. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again on Thursday morning for opening our advent calendar. See you soon.